Hello, everybody, and welcome to our new series, In the Room with Trafalgar Law. My name is Scarface King, joined today by
Mr. Teacups.
And today we're going to be talking about something I think quite close to your heart. Red posters.
What are those?
So, something was announced today. A guaranteed red poster multi on One Piece.
Japan, not global.
Japan, not global. And you have some really strong thoughts about this.
So yes, I'm going to be giving my opinion, because on the Reddit and various sources, there has been a lot of positivity to Japan offering this amazing deal. Where if you spend around about £70 worth of gems, that's not the actual figure, don't quote me on that, it's around about £70 for 150 gems, on your final multi, you will get a guaranteed red poster.
Yes.
And there's been a lot of positivity around it, and I want to give my counter arguments, and Robert might do it as well. We'll see. We both have opinions, so we're just gonna discuss. So, where should we begin? That is a question, because I've got a whole list here of notes. Where should I go? Where should I just start the rant? Okay.
Go right ahead with your first point. Go on.
The first point. So we're gonna be compared it to Dokkan, Bandai's other game. But they do own it, don't they?
Bandai, they did not make it. Akatsuki made it, but they do own the game essentially.
So, two different teams, I take it, working on it. Okay, so the Dokkan team, in my personal opinion, does a better job with deals, so to say, when it comes to sales and stuff like that. Dokkan recently had a sale where you could buy, what was it, the top package? I know you bought it. It was like £40.
It wasn't £40. It was cheaper than that, I think. But it was 100 stones and a guaranteed blue godstone, which got you one of the godlies, basically.
Yes.
Then you could choose, and you could choose.
You could choose that's even better. That's the point I want to make later on. So how much did that cost again?
It was over £30, but I think it was less than 40.
About £35 for 100 stones. That is an amazing deal. On One Piece, it's like 90 stones is like £40 to £50. So yeah, Dokkan is a game that has very regular sales, a lot of sales, and they do amazing things like that. On Dokkan, recently on the SS Super 7 4 banners, they had the thing where it's like you do 3 multis, you get 1 free. That's a huge theme of Dokkan Battle. There's always stuff like that. There's loads of guaranteed SSR banners. On One Piece, on the other hand, I've been playing this game for nearly 2 years, and I think I've seen 2 sales in total. This whole game?
Well, there's been sales, and there's been the beginner pack that they gave out, which it guaranteed you a unit from a certain pool of units, but they were all 5 stars, and they weren't.
They're all trash. I remember that.
They weren't trash. They weren't trash. To be fair, I mean, like Trafalgar is a good unit.
Yeah, the best you could get was 3D2Y Luffy.
There was 3D2Y Luffy. I think Jinbei was in it. The units weren't awful, but they were just 5 stars. They were just run of the mill. 5 stars.
Nothing really special. Bleach has had that before, but you could get 6 stars. Dokkan have that. I think all the gadget games usually have a beginner one, so I'm not going to count that. I'm not going to count that as a sale.
Okay.
I'm talking about proper sales when it comes to their gem packs and that. And I think in total, since we've both been playing, there's been around about 2 that I can remember. One of them, I think you got like 5 extra gems for the big pack, and you got...
I think they were both the same sale. I think it was you get 5 extra gems, and you got like a secret tome and a amber princess tome.
Wow, fantastic! You get that run a Colosseum nowadays, okay? So yes, it's been very lackluster. Dokkan has been doing sales incredibly better than this game, and this game is just catching up to the competition. And to be honest with you, if it wasn't One Piece, this game would have died a long time ago. It's just surviving on the One Piece name, because I know you said it the other day, I can't believe this game has a single banner system when nearly every other gacha game has multiple banners. Like One Piece is actually just disgusting, to be honest with you. Like it would be dead if it wasn't.
I mean, Naruto has multiple banner system, and it has the integrated sale where you get given a certain unit when you buy the sale pack of gems. Dokkan has as many banners as you can imagine. Fairy Tail occasionally does multiple banners. What other games do we even play? Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of has to do multiple banners. There's tons of things to do.
Yeah. So it honestly, for me, it's bewildered me that they've only had one banner this whole time. It's kind of weird. Like, you know, throw some more content out there, please. Be a little bit more variety. You know, like with Dokkan right now, obviously you got the Dokkan banners on right now. It's still Dokkan Fest, which lasts like a month. But like you got other banners on there right now. If you do a multi, you get guaranteed Elder Kai and stuff like that. You would never see something like that on One Piece. Next point I want to make is, alright, so it's 3 multi-pulls, you get 1 red. Alright, some people saying, oh, you can't complain, you know, you don't have to do the multis or stuff like that. You don't. Honestly, you don't. But if you're someone who's incredibly unlucky, you've been playing this game, the Japanese version of this game, for nearly 3 years now, because the 3-year anniversary is coming up, I do believe.
Yeah, it is coming up.
And you've been saving all your gems. You've been playing the game since day one, fully free to play, saved every gem you've ever had, never spent one before. You've probably got about 150 in total, to be honest with you. Maybe 151 BGM. Alright. Okay, say if you was free to play, you've been playing this game for 3 years.
Yeah.
The past couple of months, it'll probably take about 3-4 months to save up 150 gems free to play.
Yeah, I'd say 3 months probably.
3-4 months playing the game every day, okay? Now your face, when you do those 3 multis, then that shining red poster comes down and it's Boa. That's your first ever legend. That's your first ever legend on this game, and you're gonna complete a whopping like 50% of the content. There are free-to-play units at best, alright. So this is the argument I'm making. Yes, they don't have to give us a free word, but they're using this as a marketing opportunity, and I'm gonna complain about it. It should either be a guaranteed new red for other players out there, like myself, who's just been pulling dupes on Dugo Fest, and you will never get a red. It's entirely possible, and there are many players out there like that. So this is a huge opportunity for them, and they could end up like that. And this is the thing, the game mechanics are based around having legends. So if you don't have many different legends out there, you're not going to be able to run certain teams. But if you're a free-to-play player, you're only going to be really running Ray Sabo and maybe the new 5-star Luffy. That's it. So we're definitely going to need something like that. And also I'm going to connect it to the price. It's going to cost you about £70 to do these 3 multi-pulls. That's a lot of money even to rich people.
Right? A lot of money.
It is. But I don't have £70 right now. I'm not putting on this banner. I can't afford it. I'd have to bring up my mum, like, oh, mum, I need £70. She'd be like, oh, what for? Do you need money for food? No, for One Piece pulls. I think she'd hang up on me. You know what? I couldn't blame her. Right, £70 for 3 multi-pulls, where you're probably going to be pulling dupes anyway. It's probably not even going to be a gold-only Suga Fest. So you're going to see many silver posters, and you're going to get 1 red. So say if, in a situation, if I spent that £70, and that shining red poster came down, and it was another dupe Boa, I think I'd never play this game again, and I'd probably jump out the window. I don't know how they justify £70 for a mobile game. I know they target the whales, and that's an argument I've seen a lot. And I can't understand why these companies target these whales all the time, because yeah, don't get me wrong, they're going to spend a lot of money. You've got many rich players out there in the community that are pirate of like 600-700 that spend a couple of grand on this game. But I see an opportunity here, like if you make everything cheaper, yeah, you wouldn't make the same amount of money through the singular sale, but you'd make more sales in total. Like for me, if you charge around about, for these 3 multi-pulls, about £30. I'd say £30 is reasonable. £30, you get 3 multi-pulls and you get guaranteed red. I think, you know what, I might even put on that. I might even, you know, scrimp and save a little bit, and I'll do that. But yeah, £70 is pushing it, because you can get 2 AAA titles for that price in video games. So you could feed a family for like a whole month. Right, I don't know how they justify it, especially when there's no cost to them. That's what probably people are going to think at the end of the day, right? This isn't like a product. You know, this isn't something physical you're going to get shipped over and coming through your door. This is just a bunch of zeros and ones at the end of the day. This is just code, right? This costs Bandai nothing. And they're making full 100% profit. And I don't get how they get away with charging £70 when it's a mobile game, which they don't really support that much. The updates aren't there that much. The only thing they really update nowadays is just Sugo Fest. Sugo Fest is ends up becoming a weekly thing now, which is another point I want to make. Jesus Christ, there used to be a point where Sugo Fest were around about between every month, something like that, and you could somewhat earn with the new content around about 50 gems to do a multi-pull. And that's what I've been doing the past couple of months. I have been entirely free to play on this game, been doing Colosseum, doing all the events, scrimping and saving to record a video on Sugo Fest with the 3 gems. Now it's like every week, I can't even get like 2 to 3. I'm going to get my login bonus every day. Like by the time the next Sugo Fest rolls around, which is in actually a couple of days, I'm only going to have around about 10 gems. And so they're kind of forcing.
I do think the time period between the Sugos is a little ridiculous. What I also find funny is the last 2 Sugos, I think, before this one, we had a few days notice, like a 5-day notice or whatever, but we didn't get the Sugo Fest event island because there was no new units. So we didn't get the gems for the rate up Luffy, whatever that last Sugo was. The all. What was it?
I thought it was like, I don't even know. It was just time skip, like rate up, something like that. I think just Luffy on the banner.
Whatever that last Sugo was, that me and Terry both pulled on. We didn't get our daily Sugo Fest gem because there was no new legend. We are getting that this time. We are, but we've only had a. Well, it was announced this morning or yesterday in Japan, I suppose, and it's going to be on the 28th. So that's 2 days.
Holy God.
That's really not enough time. Unless you're going to be spending, which I think the majority of people pulling on this will be, just spending, you know, and this is going to be a big influx of cash for the game. And this is my little warning to people who are planning on spending for that guaranteed red poster. Wait for the anniversary. Just hold out a little bit longer. I know it's like a couple of months away, and it can be a little bit hard to hold it all in. But let me tell you right now, after seeing what happened on Dokkan with the Super Saiyan Rose, and when he came out in the blue Vegito, and everyone said, these are the guys, these are the best units, we've got these sick banners. If I'd have just saved those stones and waited just a couple, like a month, maybe like a little bit more than that, I would have been able to pull on a banner that had them, that had the same incentives to pull them, like the guaranteed free multi after 3 multis. But on top of that, I had a chance to pull Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, which is madness. If I'd have just waited a little bit longer.
True. No, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Also, as well, them cutting out the Colosseum. The Colosseum was a huge opportunity to earn free-to-play gems. And now they've cut that, like every event they put on that, every new character, they've cut it to like 1 gem pretty much.
They made the Colosseum harder.
Yeah.
Because they put in those 50 staminas, but it gives less reward.
Yes, which I personally I don't understand at all. Jesus, I did not realise it was like 2 days away.
Yeah, it's 2 days away.
They didn't give us no opportunity to prepare. Oh my God.
Like, I think we'll have, I think there's 6 characters, and you'll have, there was 2 today with Caribou and Van der Decken, yeah. And then we'll have 2 tomorrow, and then on the last day we'll probably have King Neptune and Shirahoshi as the last, and then that'll be it.
Well, there's a point you made there where it's like, yeah, they're going to be rolling. Like, I do agree, it's One Piece Treasure Cruise, they're going to make millions, right? But it's like, they can always make more money. Like, it's probably going to go like Dokkan. Did Dokkan go to seeing #1 in the App Store when the SS4 banners came out?
Yes.
Yes. That's because they put on a very reasonable gem sale that you purchased on.
I did.
And many other people did, because the deals are absolutely fantastic. Don't get me wrong, with One Piece, they're going to make money, but their marketing team, they could make more money, right? I know, like, I said this earlier, but these games do target the whales to make most of their cash, but their whales take up a small little population of their fan base, probably like 0.1%, something like that, the really rich people that have too much money to spend. Why don't they target the majority? Why don't they try and put a really good deal out there like Dokkan? Like I made the point earlier, like I personally feel, imagine if they did a Sugo Fest, it's like, you do a multi, you get guaranteed red. Some people might say that's a little bit too much. I don't agree with that, because it's like 27 red posters in this game right now. You'd have to pull, if you was entirely lucky, right, if you was the luckiest guy in the world, you'd have to do 27 multis to get all the legends in the game. And like how much, like if they did a deal where it's like, I don't know, you spend £10 and you can do a multi-pull, right? You'd have to spend £270 to get all the legends in the game. And for a mobile game, that's ridiculous to be able to spend that much money. Like, this is the thing at the end of the day, what a lot of people got to realise. Like, I think you shouldn't spend more than £40 on a mobile game in total, because at the end of the day, it's just a mobile game. So if you were marketing department at Bandai, you did a deal like this, I'm not going to lie, if they did a deal like this, I would do like 6 multi-pulls. I'd spend £60 and get 6 new reds, straight up, something like that. But the deal they got at the moment, it just doesn't you know, it doesn't appeal to me. I think there's £70 for one red poster. That's most likely, in my case, going to be a dupe. No, thank you. But if they said, oh no, for £60 you can get 6 reds, that's 6 chances of getting a new red, I would prefer something like that. You know, like, I'm trying to argue it like that, but that's just my personal opinion. I feel these games are entirely overpriced for what they are, especially Naruto. Naruto, we don't even get into that. Naruto is the most ungenerous game in the world, right? That game is paid to play. Simple as that. But I feel insulted when I get into these games. I'm triggered by the prices they have to cheap the charge, because at the end of the day, this costs them nothing. Like, at the end of the day, these gems aren't a physical product. It's not something they own. It's not something they're supplying. It's whatever they dictate the price to be, kind of like EA with FIFA packs. And if they wanted to be generous, and if they put the prices down, like as I said earlier, yeah, they'd make less of a sale, but in total, the sales would go up. I think everybody would spend money on that. I know I would spend money on that. I know you would.
I would.
Yeah, straight up. And they're missing out on stuff like that. And I just feel like they haven't really got a competent marketing department that actually knows how to run this game. Because when Dokkan did it, they put in that sweet gem, they put all the prices down in the store. Now this is the thing, the only reason why I didn't buy that gem is because I got lucky with my pulls. If I hadn't got lucky with my pulls, I would have guaranteed spent money on that. I would have straight spent money on that, got myself like Buhan or something like that. And that's the thing, One Piece doesn't do anything like that. It doesn't do anything that compares to it. Like, you can always have more money, right? That's what I have to say to Bandai. Of course you're going to make millions, right? You're going to make millions out of this Sugo thing, but you can have more, right? Hire me, right? Simple as that. Like, but it's just little things as well. It's like, if I was running it, what I would do is obviously I'd take the prices down, but I'd add little things. I'd say, all right, okay, you get a red poster. You get a guaranteed red poster at the end of this multi-pool. But look, a lot like Bleach, what I would do is I would give a shit ton of turtles. I'd say, oh, you do a multi-pool, you get 40 turtles. No, that's a bit too much. I'd say you get 10 princess turtles of your choosing, whatever type.
Well, I would make a point on that. On Dokkan right now, I know it's the anniversary, so it's not quite comparable, but One Piece already had its second anniversary. It wasn't this good. On Dokkan, just for playing the game every day, you're getting Barbershop points, which they're not giving out Rayleigh points on One Piece. Well, they have a couple of times, but it's not a lot, and it's for a very short time. This has been for a month. We've been getting Baba coins just for going on the Baba store. You could just buy the cheapest thing, you get Baba coins. You get 2 Z swords of each color daily. You get the coins. You've got the Platinum Master Roshi event, which I would compare to Princess Turtles. It's like one of the biggest EXP boosters in the game. That's daily. Again, the Platinum Hercule statues, that's money daily. They're doing all of this, and I know it's the anniversary event, but you've got to remember that Dokkan has been doing stuff like this for the past like 2-3 months, consistently just throwing content out and trying to get people buying stones, you know, buying these like special event things, you know, like the blue dragon stone. You can only get it right now during this special event. They pull you in by doing that, and it's amazing.
Oh yeah, no, I said it as well. Like, I used to love OPTC. It was a game I played every day, and I started OPTC and Dokkan around about the same time. But I've gradually come to just love Dokkan more. There's more content, they're more generous. Like, their story mode gives away so many free-to-play gems. Like, it's actually ridiculous. They like their fan base more, they actually help you out, and they give you good deals. They know how to run a business, One Piece doesn't, and it's pushing me away. Like, the fact that this is getting off topic because it's getting into my personal opinion, which you shouldn't do with debate, but I haven't pulled a red poster for like 8 to 9 months, like a new one. And I've been stuck using the same Jinbei team for the last 8 to 9 months, and there's no variety in my gameplay. That's my strongest team. It's the team I have to use to clear content. There's not many other teams I can run, and it's got boring. It's like I just don't want to play the game anymore because I feel like I'm stuck behind a paywall, because the last 8 to 9 months I've saved up gems, I've actually spent money. I've sadly spent over £200 on this game, and I've had the worst luck ever where I'm not pulling new characters, and it feels like I'm being denied content and I can't push forward. I haven't had, you know, some of the new legends like Time Skip Luffy, Akainu, stuff like that. I haven't had no variety in my gameplay, and it's pushing me away from the game. And I've gone over Dokkan. I've been loving Dokkan. I've been playing that game all the time nowadays. Yeah, I might get sick and tired of it later on, But at the moment, there's just so much shit going on. There's so many events. There's so much free stuff. There's just so many builds. It's just so better. Like, I don't really know how to summarize it. Like, that's not really a good debate, but that's just the way I have to say it. Like, going back to the topic I said earlier, like, if I was running it with the deals, I would straight up do stuff like that. You know, if you spent £30, you got, I don't know, a certain amount of gems, but you got also tombs. Well, do you call them tombs in the global version, or they took them
tomes?
Tomes, that's it, yeah. Tomes. I give away tomes. I give away maybe even like guaranteed skill up books. So I think that might be a bit too much, but say if you bought the top package, for example, give away 5 guaranteed skill ups, something like that. Like, just an encouragement for you to spend money. And that's the thing, like with One Piece, they just don't encourage you. Like, I go to that shop and I see those high prices for not even 100 gems. And that's the annoying thing. It's like, if you have 0 gems and you want to do 2 multi-pools, you got to buy the 90 pack. And then you got to go buy like the 12 pack as well. And it's like, oh, cool. You couldn't at least be generous and give us 10 extra gems on the top pack so we could do 2 multis. I think that is very insulting. And that's just greed. There's just too much greed in this game.
Well, I mean, on Dokkan right now, again, we keep comparing it to Dokkan, which is a little bit unfair because even though Dokkan is younger, it's kind of like the bigger brother. It seems to be bringing in considerable amounts of money. It's got the blockbuster characters, you know, like the Gokus, the Vegetas. People want to get behind that, and you know, they're playing their hand, and it's fair. It works, you know. And One Piece, I think, are doing a good job of making money. Don't get me wrong; they're making plenty of money.
Yeah, of course.
But on Dokkan right now, we have the Super Sale, which it might be over fairly soon, but right now it's on, and the sale prices are so low that I have legitimately considered buying stones just for stamina, just so I can keep doing right, because it's actually a reasonable price. And you know, you look at the packs, like the pack that's normally the top pack, 90 stones, is now 100. And then the pack below it, which is normally, I think, 60, is now a 90 pack. And that's 90 for like 20-something £, which puts you... It's pretty good, right? It's pretty good compared to your One Piece, and definitely compared to Naruto. And I'm quite impressed with that. And I think it is something to consider. This is something very, very important. Keep this in your mind when you're about to buy that 90 Rainbow Gem pack, so you can go out and you can get your guaranteed red poster or whatever. Remember this. Games like the Tokyo Ghoul game, and games like 7 Deadly Sins, Pocket Knights, and I think I heard some rumours about the old JoJo game. Supposedly these 3 games are on Death's Door and will be shutting down. And your gems, when they shut down, they mean nothing. They are gone. Your cards, they mean nothing. They are gone. The game is done. And am I saying this is going to happen to One Piece? Absolutely not. I think One Piece is going to have support for at least another 2 years minimum.
Yeah.
But these things do come to an end. They are just virtual cards, and you are spending your money on them. And you have to spend within your limit. Be very careful not to, you know, spend this week's electricity bill or whatever on trying to get, I don't know, Legend Shirahoshi or whoever's rated up. Think very carefully about what you're doing on this game, because it will be a bitch when down the line you realise that game's shut down and it's gone. Like, I spent money on 7 Deadly Sins. Not a lot. I spent like a £5, I think, in the end. If I'd have paid £5 for a game, I mean, it's a free-to-play game, but I did spend money on it. So if I went into a shop and bought a game for £5, I had that on disc, an Xbox game on disc, and then one day I open my cupboard and it's just not there. The game is just gone. I don't own that game anymore. I'd be a little bit pissed off.
Yeah, no, I actually have a situation like that.
Oh?
Oh, this is not an anime gacha game.
Oh.
It's a sporting simulation game called FIFA.
Oh,
It's
yes,
my
yes.
name on Twitch. But around about FIFA 12, they had an event where 99 Messi came out.
Oh, yes.
I spent all my Christmas money and birthday money on it at the time because I had nothing else I wanted to buy, and I thought, fuck it, why not? I do regret this. This is when you know, like the whole gacha and microtransactions were just coming into video games.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the dangers of it, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to try and build myself a banging team. And I ended up spending around about £150 on that game. And I pulled shit. I pulled like, I think the best player I got was worth about 5k. I got absolutely nothing, but I ended up building a sweaty team out of that. I spent £150 on that game, right? 2 years later, the server shut down. I have access to none of those cards, none of that content, and that £150 I spent just disappeared, gone. Like
it's gone.
Like nothing. It's just gone, and it just kind of made me a little bit salty. And it's honestly what's put me off games like this because, yeah, 2-3 years down the line, these cards have value now. Like, that's the thing, Bandai put value on these red posters and stuff like that. 2-3 years from now, if the game shuts down, there's no value. It's all gone. It's not like that's what annoys me. Like, I do believe it's cheaper to go out there and buy a Pokemon pack of cards, come back, open it, and those cards are probably cheaper, you know? That's the thing that annoys me as well, right? For the company to produce Pokemon cards, they have to produce the cards, they have to get the artwork, put it on the card, they have to put it in packaging, ship it out, put it in stores, pay taxes, stuff like that. I do believe these anime gacha games only have to pay taxes, that's around about it. There's a lot less effort, but the actual commodity that has more effort costs a lot less, and it's something that if you look after it, you can keep until you die. It's always going to be there. You can always look at your Charizards, your Bulbasaurs, whatever. These anime games, it can be gone, you know? And that's what also the point you said about that people about don't go out there and spend your electricity bill on this Sugo Fest. That's the worrying thing, is like that's how expensive these pools are. Is it can be the equivalent of a whole bill to some people. And that's the thing, like you said, oh, go out there and buy the top pack and do your multi-pools, get your free red posters. You're going to have to spend more than the top pack. You're going to get near enough 2 of the top packs just to get this free red.
Yeah, you will need 150 rainbow gems to get a guaranteed red, so...
Yeah, not really fantastic.
That's the 90 pack in the...
Yeah, I'm going to be skipping it. Like, it's in 2 days. I've only got around about 10 gems at the moment. Done. Near enough all the content in the game at the moment, except for some of the training forests. Unless they introduce about 39 new training forests by or tomorrow, I'm not going to be able to get enough gems. Simple as that.
Simple.
And I can't justify spending that much money on with the anime gacha game. Simple as that.
Also, can we, like, a topic for another day, the training forest, we have an equivalent on Dokkan now, and while there is less of them, I think you can earn something like 60 Dragon Stones just by beating all of them. I know they're hard, but like so are the training forests, so...
Obviously, yeah, you can do another topic with Dokkan. It's like, obviously, their story mode is a lot more generous. They got a lot of missions. Missions not that are long.
Their story mode is a lot more generous up until you finish it, and then there's no more. One Piece has been releasing more story mode. To be fair to them, they've been releasing regular, like every month or so, they've been releasing a new story mode island, but that only gets you 5 stones.
Yeah.
So it's not a lot, and on Dokkan you get that for clearing 5 stages.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like I ended up getting like 500 to 600 free-to-play stones from that, which was crazy. I think I got, well, like the other day for global, I took like I had to get up to past Laboon just to get. I don't want to sound like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, yeah, I appreciate like them putting in new deals into the game. I'm not going to complain about them putting new deals into the game. But it's just bad. It's just a bad deal, you know? Like, and as Robert said earlier, if you don't complain about stuff like this, it doesn't get better because they'll just think it's the norm. They'll think that people generally, the public opinion is good, or like with the rating store and stuff like that. So I'm not going to lie, the rating store might be a topic for another time, but that's absolutely just shit. Now, the only thing I actually buy in that store is the new boat, which is obviously, I like the new boats and I think that's cool, but the units they release in that store, useless. I'm not going to spend money on guaranteed skill up books because it's just a gamble at the end of the day. It's a waste of money. Sometimes if I'm lazy and I want to get one of the evolvers, I might do, but I've not been pulling any really new units lately, so I don't have any need to buy those units. For me, obviously down the line, the ready store will end up like Dokkan, and we should hope we see some red posters in there, which should be nice. Like, I think there should be some red posters in there now. Like for 50, say like 15,000 points, you can go through a list of reds. Like probably the first 10 reds. So if they put those in the store, and you could buy one of those for about 15,000 points, I think that'd be nice. You know, because that'd be the equivalent of pulling 3 dupes, which I have done quite a lot. I've pulled 6 dupes in the past, 9 months. I could have bought 2 new legends with that. It's just little things like that, for me, soothe the experience of getting shit and shafted by RNG. Like, just little things like that would improve this game a lot more. It would make me less salty. But at the moment, yeah, I feel like we can have the right to complain. Don't get me wrong, I do feel like it's a good thing that they are introducing new mechanics, new deals and stuff like that. but I still feel can't really. There's not much I can say. Like I'm trying to feel like I've been trying to do this commentary like unbiased. Like I know I've given my opinion on a lot of the like on my points in that, but I can't really see many positives from that. Like yeah, it's a guaranteed and free red poster, but that's it. That's it. You still have to spend like £60 to £70 for this guaranteed red poster. It's like woohoo! I'm just playing that scenario over and over in my head of that Japan player that's been playing for 3 years, saved up for the past 4 months, does his 3 multis and gets bold, deletes the game. Like that's a situation that can happen, and obviously with the amount of people out there, possibility and chance like that, that's gonna happen with some poor soul. And rest in peace to him. Like I don't really know what else to say. Like I've gone over my notes and that, and I feel like I'm bitching. Like that's what it feels like I'm doing. And yeah, I pretty much am just bitching. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you feel like I've just been bitching?
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough. But do you think it's justified bitching or a little bit too much?
Well, I think you are right on a lot of things. I think that it has been a little bit straining the last couple of months playing One Piece. There's not a lot of stones to get. You know, you do the Colosseums, you do the fortnights, you get your daily stones, whatever. But there's a limit, and pulling on every Sugo. I mean, you're not expected to pull on every Sugo. You only have to pull if there's a red you want that's rated up, or a certain 5-star you want that's rated up. I mean, you're not going to get them guaranteed, but you can have a go at them. You don't have to buy a multi. You can just do single pulls, that's fine. I'm okay with all of that. I just have the issue that right now, it's a week since the last Sugo.
Yeah, that's...
And before that, it was 2 weeks. So in the space of 3 weeks, we've had 3 Sugo Fest, and
it's draining.
It's you know, how am I supposed to get stones for that? I'm not. Okay, that's fine. You don't expect me to get stones for it, but like you look over at Dokkan, you look at how often the Dokkan Fests are.
True.
And you know, the timings are about the same. It's like every 2 weeks, maybe every month, you know, and the stones they're giving are more reasonable. I get more stones from playing Dokkan than I do from playing One Piece. This is not just true for the anniversary. This has been true for a long time. And I've invested money in Dokkan. But I tell you what, I've invested a hell of a lot less in Dokkan, and I've got a hell of a lot more for it.
Yeah, so you feel less guilty about spending the money.
You feel less guilty about spending the money. And everything I do on Dokkan when it comes to pulls, if I do spend money, it's at least aided by the fact that I was given stones in the first place.
It's like when we had that event, logged in one day, there was like, oh, here's 77 gems.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever happened on One Piece. They log in and take away gems from you. But like, I can see, this is the thing with One Piece, like, because it hasn't really got proper consistent banners like Bleach, and obviously Dokkan Fest lasts for like a month sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, this is One Piece's time to make money. Like, they only really make the bulk of their money during Sugo Fest. So, I guess someone at the department's gone, let's just run a Sugo Fest every week and we'll just get money every weekend and stuff like that. But, for me, I think they would benefit more if Sugo Fest, say, lasted like a week long, like every month, and they just put more deals on. Like, I wouldn't feel so rushed to save up for gems. And if there was actually a week-long Sugo Fest, I might be tempted of like, oh, it's Sugo, I need a new unit. Oh, there's a good sale on right now. I'm going to spend some money. Don't really have that. They have done Dokkan. Like, you don't know how many times I've been tempted. Like, I just want to buy that blue pack. I want that blue gem. Just to pull on the banner or something like right now. Because there's just so many banners. There's so much going on. You just don't get that with One Piece. And yeah, I feel like I should probably stop sorting. Because that's what it feels like I'm doing.
I'm going to say, like, to finish this video off, as a prediction for the third anniversary that's coming up on One Piece, this is what I would expect as a minimum for an event like that. This is monumental, 3 years, you know. I would expect step-up summons, because the current Sugo Fest system, I hate it. And just if you throw in step-up summons just for like a week, just like, oh, you can do like maybe 3 multis, get guaranteed red, but the first 2 multis are a lot cheaper. and then it like incentivizes you. You know, if you buy the first multi because you had the stones already, then well, the next two, they aren't even that expensive. You can just buy one pack, one gem pack, and you get them, and you get a guaranteed red. That's much better than what we've got at the moment. I would expect some kind of improvement to the Rayleigh store. The Rayleigh store has been poor. There are some good things in there, and you know, I see a lot of people praise the boats, and you know, I think the boats are a good addition. But we used to get boats for doing missions in story mode, and we used to get gems for that too, and those don't exist anymore. They only go as far as just like the Baratier, I think, and that's just stupid. Like, we're now spending our Sugofest units that we pulled and sold to the Rayleigh store to buy boats that we should have been getting anyway. Doesn't make sense to me.
And that's the only way, because you're not exactly going to farm your way to get one of those boats.
You're not. Like, you could, but you're not going to. Nobody is.
1,500 runs.
I would expect an influx of stones. I would expect a stone sale. I would expect, you know, the general anniversary event sort of thing. You know, you farm a certain island, you get con candy, skill books, skull books, you know, the usual. And a new legend and a new training forest. The new it will be geared for, won't it? It will be.
Guaranteed. Pretty much guaranteed.
Like, third anniversary, just like... Yeah, you could do a new Dofi. You could definitely do a new Dofi.
I would like that. I'd like them to get to the point where it's like with Dokkan, you've got like 18 million Goku SSRs. Just do that with Luffy and many other characters. It'll make it more interesting.
Why not? I mean, we've got 6-star pluses now. You can take units that you think should be special and make them even better. So why not have special special red events? I've always said this to you, but I've never really said it on videos. Why can't we just do what Pokemon did for a little while, where they had certain sets where certain cards were a different type than what they normally were, and then you just do an event where it's like, guys, come get your legends. We've got an Aokiji, but he's actually not quick this time. He's intelligence this time, and you know, you can change some of the boosts they do. Maybe instead of boosting Striker or whatever, he boosts like a Powerhouse. Or something like that. Try and shake it up. Try and make me more interested. Give me... I don't need specific new cards that like do something very intricate and unique to themselves. You can just give me like Log Luffy, but just make him blue. And just change his artwork. And I'm a sucker, and I will buy that. And if you keep doing that, if you keep throwing events like this to us, fill up the pool with reds. It makes it more interesting when you pull a unit you forgot even existed.
Yeah, no, like, I've pulled so much on Dokkan. I'm pulling new units like every Dokkan thing.
You pull like SSR, you just like, oh, I got a new SSR. It's somebody probably rubbish, but the thing is, it's new, so it's new to you, so it's interesting.
Yeah, same with put some more silvers in, please.
Yeah, like if you're gonna make us pull silvers, just put more in, because it's pathetic. I have pulled every silver in the game. Then they released a new batch of silvers. And now I've pulled all of them consistently every Sugofest. Make it stop. Put more silvers in, which I'm perfectly fine with. These things need filler. You can't have every unit being a god. Yeah. But for the love of God, just make some new ones.
Make new ones, but try and make them interesting. Like, there's so many units in this game that I feel like, what's the point of them ever being made? Like, no one's ever used them. I bet... Who the hell runs a Kaya team? Like, who does that?
Nobody.
For a Miss Golden Week team, what's the point of those characters being in the game?
A lot of them aren't even useful as subs.
Yeah, not even useful as subs. At least give them something interesting that could justify a new player putting them into a free-to-play team. Because otherwise, it's just pointless. It's just a waste of time and resources. You could have made another 6-star and made more money. Simple as that.
You know, another comparison. I feel like One Piece is getting shit on here because Dokkan, you know, whatever. Oceana Shenron. She is a special sealer, and you know, she's AGL, so she fits straight in a Super Vegito team. Gets that link to Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta for the GT link. You can put a Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta team, get the link, get the special stalling that you may need to beat some of the harder events, which, let's be honest, if you've got Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, you don't really need it. You just don't. He just clears the game. But the point is, there are rares and there are SRs in the pool that they might not be super useful, but they have niche uses that you will occasionally throw them into a team or whatever. We need to see more of that in One Piece. We really do.
Of course. because it's pretty much you're just running legend leagues. That's it. Who the hell runs free-to-play leagues nowadays? Come on.
But I think I've made my point about what I would expect to see for the anniversary. Feel free to leave your thoughts on what you expect for the anniversary, and also what do you think about this guaranteed red poster situation. I feel like we shit on it a little bit. I wanted it to be a little bit more balanced, but these things happen. It's hard.
You know, like we were trying to do a good cop, bad cop, and it was just fuck One Piece, pretty much.
It was just fuck One Piece, yeah.
Like, I tried to be a little bit positive about it, and I just couldn't.
I think we're still a little bit salty from the last Sugo Fest. I think we need to let it mellow out. We'll skip this one, and we'll be feeling a little bit better by the next one, hopefully. But yeah.
This is the thing, like, it's our opinions. Like, everyone has an opinion. That's why we wanted to make this series, because we talk about this game. As you know, we fucking play it, like, every day anyway. And we kind of just wanted to get our opinions out there, and if anyone actually gets this far, you know, discuss it, give us criticism, pick apart our opinions, we'll pick apart yours, we'll get a little discussion going down there or something like that. But we thought we'd try this new format. It's just interesting, it's content, you know, it puts our thoughts out there, and we'll see if people agree or disagree with it. That's all I can really say.
Yeah. And so I think that's the end properly this time. We're gonna try and make this maybe like a weekly thing. We'll see. Maybe we'll just jump on when we have something to talk about, and we'll just throw a video up.
Yeah, we feel like it really. Got something to say, just do it.
Yeah, and so thanks to anybody that's watched this far. I doubt there's many of you. Yeah. And for me, I'm Scarface King. I'll see you guys next time, and
I'm Miss Teacups. Stay beautiful.
Beautiful.